Chapter 8 Supply Chain Management. Chapter 8 Supplier Identification and Evaluation. Uh, my reflection about this chapter is about mostly things that I learned here is about the 10 C. 10 C's or the 10 concept developed by Ray Carter offers the structured framework for evaluating suppliers, especially during pre-qualification evaluation. The 10C stands for: first is capability and competence. It is a duty of the supplier to handle proposal or tender in a informed and competent way. You must assess the supplier management abilities, willingness to invert, design, and overall to produce and deliver the goods service that you need. The expectation is you can know what you need and that you will need in these requirements to tackle agreement later in contracting phase. Capability and competence. It's a duty of it says that it's a duty of the supplier to handle a proposal or tender in a competent way. Means mostly it's the way about capability. What is it's about the capability of what you have in handling your own client, or for, it's a duty of the supplier handling your is the one that he is supplying. It's about agreement or the proposal when it comes to having a business, uh, and you will assess about the everything that you need in the contract or the agreement that you will be uh, uh, tackled with, and you will handle how the agreement will be work and what is the rules about in your agreement. And next thing in the tenancy is the capacity. You must understand whether the supplier can meet the existing and the future supply needs. For example, if you need 5,000 units of a product X on a monthly basis and the supplier can provide only 2,500 units, you must determine whether the supplier has the capacity to satisfy the requirements. Even if they can suggest alternatives, uh, uh, inquire to the supplier willingness to manage their own supply chain. In this capacity, it is important to know the capacity the supplier that you have. Just like the given example that I have. For example, it says an example that you need a 5,000 but the supplier can only provide 2,500. You must learn the capacity of your own supplier that they can produce when it comes to supplying your own product. And third thing is the commitment. Uh, the word itself is about the commitment. It's about committing short. It includes the long term and the short term agreement. It's about the commitment with your business partner or the relationship with your business partner. And it's important to have a commitment with each other to work it out the relationship that you'll building up. Stronger relationship makes a strong bond with partnership with other clients or business partners. Uh, fourth concept is about the control system. Risk management plans would the retail have in place things to do that as go as a plan. In it says having mostly all your plans didn't go as you planned. Uh, having a control to your own, having a control system is about controlling your own plan to avoid failures when it comes to your planning, or uh, when you're planning, it can less the possibility that the plan will might fail. And fifth is the cash. uh, Cash, we both all know what is the meaning of cash. It's about the financial health, including the working capital in your own companies. Mostly, cash is the most needed thing when starting the company, starting a business. Cash is the foundation in everything that you will do in supply chain. And six is the consistency, seven is the cost, eight is culture, nine is compliance with environment, and 10 is the communication. I will just highlight the mostly, they're all important, but mostly that uh, important to me is mostly is the communication. Communication includes the part, it includes the commitment. uh, with the communication that you have with your business partner, it can have the commitment. You can have the commitment if you have no communication with business partner that you have, or if you have any retailers in your business. Communication is always the first thing you should do when it comes to interaction with having an interaction with your retailers or your business partner. And second thing too is the cost, or the costing that you might that might happen. Is it even, is the money they are after even worth it? Like if you're trying to, if you're the retailer, for example, is it worth it to retail his own product? Like, I'm the retailer, and for example, you're the supplier, and for me, like, I'm thinking, is it worth it to retail your own products? Is it worth it uh, uh, to is it worth it for my money to cost that much? And that's all for this reflection, and that's my reflection and what I have learned in this chapter